your final now? Was it 6?
5-0.
All right, thank you for joining us here, Eugene Snyder Field, for some Thursday night girls soccer action. Tonight we have Argos Lady Dragons versus CGA. Should be a good contest tonight. CGA is coming in, pretty strong team. Argos is looking to turn around a 3-5 record. It's a good night for soccer, little breeze. We escaped some rain tonight. Hopefully that holds off. A little nicer viewing for our stands in the bleacher, our fans in the bleachers.
Come on, let me see if I can hear you. Ilani, who's center? Okay.
Hey, yeah, he said 15 minutes between games.
Okay.
John did.
All right, I'll change it.
What did you put on there?
28.
You put 28?
Yep.
Oh. Did Andrew do it, or?
Yeah.
28. What the heck?
We have a very junior-heavy team here at Argos.
I put it at 8.
Very similar to Culver and experience-wise. It should be a good matchup. Really not sure to what to expect from CGA. They've had kind of a shorter schedule so far. Only a couple games under them, but a couple of wins. Argos has had some struggles with some of the tougher teams on their schedule this year.
Academy next in 9, including at least a share of the last 4. The current girls teams in the NISC are Argos, Bethany Christian, Culver Academy, Elkhart Christian Academy, and Trinity. This year Argos is 2-0 in conference play, Trinity is 0-1, Bethany is 1-0, and ECA is 0-2. Tonight is the conference opener for the Eagles. In the case of a regulation time tie, the teams will play the IHSAA designated overtime process, which consists of 2 7-minute periods played in their entirety regardless of score. If the score remains knotted, the teams would decide the contest with penalty kicks.
So you say when the ball handlers please report to the field?
Ball handlers, please report to the field.
All right, ready for some action here tonight. Joined by Mr. Andy Stone.
All right, here we go, live here at Eugene Snyder Field in the beautiful Argos Community Schools. We are ready to get the game going here. The captains are in the corner center flag, and we're getting ready for the lineups and the kickoff. This is what, the second game for the girls that we broadcast this year, or the first?
First one.
First one. All right. We're running a little behind schedule compared to years past, but that kind of happens when the main people end up ultra busy. Right, Stricker? He'll tell you. So I got Peyton out on the camera in the stands. Hopefully the fans are not too loud and rowdy.
They should be contained tonight.
All right. We'll take that.
We're about 8 games deep into the season. They should be rounding into mid-season form at this point.
All right. Well, I only say that because we've had a few basketball games where they're in the stands due to the fact that it was the only place we could be, and there were some rowdy fans, to say the least, over our shoulder. So, but I think we'll be pretty relaxed here tonight. Let's see. The girls are still in their huddle.
Strategizing how they're going to attack a tough CGA.
Yeah, CGA is quality again this year. They've had a very good program for the last few years. There you have one player that's drawn a lot of attention, but, you know, it takes more than be one for a team. So we'll see what happens here. They're getting lined up to come out. And we'll turn it over and we'll put our headset there next to Mr. Olds as he does the announcements. So we'll be able to piggyback onto him, and we won't have to read the names for the starting lineup for either team. Although you have it circled, don't you?
Yep.
Wow.
Wow.
Steve, you're fired. This guy's organized and on top of it.
It came from my right here.
Well,
I'm not going to lie. I was going to take it.
A good
now that
leader delegates. Doug, he's like, yeah, hey, I like the sound of that. But as the teams come out, and let's see here. All right, we're going to turn my headset over and go off of Mr. Olds' announcements for the lineup. If I can get my clothes out and get the line down.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time we ask that you please rise. Gentlemen, remove your caps and direct your attention to the flag on the south side of the field as we honor America with our national anthem.
Five nothing Argos.
And for the starting lineups, for the Lady Eagles, senior forward, number 4, Ava Haskell. Sophomore forward, number 7, Sophia Roti. Junior forward, number 8, Heather McNabb. Senior midfielder, number 9, Lindsay Stiles. Junior defender, number 12, Kylie Daner. Senior defender, number 13, Ellie Brummel. Junior defender, number 14, Margot McBride. Junior forward, number 18, Dana Rogers. Sophomore midfielder, number 19, Sam Hazen. Senior defender, number 23, Hannah Fody. And in the keeper position, junior, number 0, Sophie Miki.
She paused.
And for the Lady Dragons, senior midfielder, number 5, Gabby Allen. Freshman defender, number 6, Allison Zahn. Sophomore forward, number 9, Sydney Shepard. Junior defender, number 11, Lauren Hampton. Senior midfielder, number 12, McKenna Burkholder. Junior defender, number 14, Peyton Betts. Senior midfielder, number 16, Alora Stone. Junior forward, number 18, Morgan Dunlap. Sophomore midfielder, number 20, Madeline Vanderwill. Senior defender, number 23, Kaylee Carlton. And junior in the keeper position, number 0, Amani Gonzalez. The Eagles are led by head coach Garrett Hayden and assistants Abel Bain.
Okay, and there we go with the starting lineups.
Head coach Joe Stone.
So,
And assistants Samantha Overmeyer, Carly Vanderwill, and Ty Adley. Today's officials are assistants Barry Andrew and Mark
all right.
Carter, and in the center is Tyler
Getting
Stahl.
ready here, getting ready to go. I gotta slow myself down a bit from my practice. Well, while we got a minute, we want to wish all of our alumni out playing this weekend. I know that the boys at Grace, Damon Binkley and Osborne have games. Kennedy Binkley has a game over for St. Francis, and Samantha has a game down in Missouri for Franklin. And if there's anyone else I missed right now, I can't think off the top of my head of anybody else that's playing right at the moment. But I know that they all have games this weekend, and we want to wish them good luck for their games. I know that the Argos holds this sport in high regard, and they are continuing the tradition at the next level. And
So we're going to see Argos come out aggressive tonight, or a little bit of a feeling out process here with CGA?
Yeah, I don't know. It's well, I tell you what, it's a 50-50 chance. They got one or the other. And that's why they call me the statistician. So we're going to see. I'm sure that CGA will be a fast-pressing team forward, and probably want to close down any attempts for the Dragons to move the ball out. So, but so far, I like the pace that the Lady Dragons, and here goes CGA shifts it.
Some nice tight midfield passing right off the bat from CGA.
Yep. Ball's played forward, intercepted by Vanderwill, up by Shepard. Plays it forward, and it's intercepted. CGA has 2 players, local players, that are on part of the Argos Football Club with Rogers and Stiles. So we do have an influence even for the opponents this year.
Some familiarity with the girls out here.
Oh yeah, they're competitors for this game and friends for the rest. So that's a good ball wide. Hits it forward, crossed, and hits it right to Amani Gonzalez, and she gets a good snag. No, it was a flat pass there. But Styles misses. Good punt by Gonzalez.
Great punt.
Yeah. Here's pressure, and she gets through it. Dunlap looks, and it's blocked, and it's going to be a Dragon throw-in.
Good defensive block on the outside.
Dragons, the boys come up just a little short yesterday against Plymouth, the big rivalry game, and got a goal at the very end, but just wasn't enough, and they went down 3-2.
That's a tough loss.
It is. It's always a tough loss when you face in Plymouth, but
I wouldn't know. I never lost to them, but that's what they tell me.
you know what? I never had to face them. I mean, they were spring soccer, so we never faced them. They always said they would beat us, but we never played them the entire time, so I guess we can't really judge any one way or the other. But ball's played back in the good dangle switch, and Shepard puts pressure on her, makes her drop it back, kicks it over.
We could tell earlier this is a beautiful passing team, the CGA team.
Yeah, they definitely moved the ball pretty well, and they played a feet quite a bit. But, you know, it's a lot of it is they're from all over the place, and they play with different areas and this and that, and then they come into the school. And coach has got to work hard to get them to play together. But when you're working with skilled players, that's an easier concept to learn. And the Lady Dragons have quite vastly improved this year so far already. And there's a good ball forward, and now, unfortunately, the keeper's coming out to pick it up.
It's definitely one attribute about the academies. They seem to reload every year. You're never, like, looking to that one class to build into seniors.
Yeah.
It's like whoever shows up that year, and they're always skilled players, like you said.
Yeah, it's a process that they've, you know, and back in the day, we used to say they used to get that team halfway through the year sometimes, you know, because the rosters seem to change once in a while on the men's side back in the day. But you know what? It's they're a great program. They got a lot of history. They're basically the same as us, you know, and very prideful group. And it's always a good competition for the boys and the girls when they face off. Vanderbilt with the interception, the ball gets loose and it kicks it over, and here comes CGA. Broke up by the freshman Zom. Stone's going to take it from Rogers and runs into traffic.
Good tackle.
Yeah. Number 4, Haskell. Good ball forward. Here comes the star, and what a save by Amani. Comes out, blocks it, prevents the shot altogether. I mentioned the CGA kind of has one girl that's always on the radar, and there she was running through McNabb, Heather McNabb, number 8.
She's head and shoulders above the rest of the girls as far as stature.
Yeah, she's a very big girl, tall, very strong, and she's quite a quality player. She played high-level travel back in her own area, but that doesn't mean anything now. Stone's going to make the break. Can she run it down? Calling for the keeper to drop, and that's not the greatest. She clears it out, gets it away with it. Dragons can't get it. Styles breaks it to him and then bends it over. And here they come down the line again. Vanderbilt. They go around with this swing, and they get it right around her. Betts has it on the wide. And out of bounds is going to be Dragon throw-in.
Dragon's having a little trouble making that whole team transition to the other side of the field.
The switch, yeah. And this is what we have 3 seniors out there starting the freshmen too. I mean, it's still, that's one thing about the Dragons. There's typically a younger squad. There's some experience on this group, and we're going to see them grow over the rest of this season and then next year also. But they lost a few players last year. They lost a couple seniors that were good field players. They lost Manikowski in the goal, and that makes a difference in that sometimes those are hard gaps to fill.
Takes a few games for somebody to step into that spot, that's for sure.
Yeah,
for the younger players.
Definitely for the younger players. So, ball's hit wide. Zom forces her in, and there's a long ball. Now, see, the Dragons don't really mind that. Long ball to no one is fine. That would be a lot easier to handle than true technical play. McNabb Tries to settle it and hits it forward. Ran off and handball. Wow. I thought that went right off for her arm. Nobody saw it.
That's a tough, aggressive group up front.
Yeah. But the defense for the Dragons have vastly improved, and they're tenacious in their own right. Corner kick.
You need that with an aggressive forward with a really nice stride like number 8.
Well, Markley, now seeing this is where me as a coach, I differ from some philosophies. Here's McNabb, the best player on the pitch for the Lady Eagles, and she's kicking in the corner. For me, I want her on the center and somebody kicking it to her and increase the chances for a goal. Now, I'm assuming they're high school girls. Any of them can get it to the,
Yeah. It's easier to find a specialist who can loft a corner ball in than a specialist with a killer instinct on striking the ball.
Yeah, but and that's what I'm wanting. I want somebody to be tenacious to go after that ball in the middle.
She's definitely got the advantage on a header, too, being so tall.
Yeah, that's for sure. Carlton's good size, and she's very aggressive, so Zom takes it wide. She's not going to be able to get it.
The Haskell's a quick, shifty midfielder. A lot of direction changes and being able to turn her hips and kind of sling that ball anywhere she wants.
Yeah. So Dragons going to first 2 subs up. Looks like Dottle and Boffman. Back from injury. She had a deep tissue bruise / bone bruise on her thigh and femur, so we're not real sure exactly how she's going to go, but she's giving her a chance today.
It's a painful injury when you're talking about a bone bruise.
Oh yeah. So Rogers gets it loose and it's broke up. Vanderbilt comes away with it, hits it forward, and now Stone has a chance to go forward. Takes a touch.
Need some help up there.
Yeah. Hits it to Dunlap, and that's a good ball. And unfortunately,
swallowed up by the defense.
Styles gets there. But that was a great ball in.
Yes, it was.
And it forces CGA to just kick it out, and now the Dragons get the throw in, and it's going to be subs. Edmonds, I can tell by the height. Instantly, that's Edmonds, you can tell. Zom's coming out, replaced by freshman Edmonds. Dottle and Parker Boffman's in. So Vanderweel, Dunlap, and Zom go out.
What's important for these young players to come in and give the older players a break, even if they're not in the starting lineup.
Yeah,
you definitely see that with the boys team this year. They 3 freshmen came in and give a good break to a lot of the guys, and they just ran Lakeland into the ground.
Yeah, that's a big part of it. And substitute, you want them to do certain things, and their minutes are ultimately important. And that's what they've done well so far. And let's see if the Lady Dragons can get this out. They hit the ball in the middle. Styles goes over. Rogers tries to pick it out. Edmonds has it. Hits it off the player. Edmonds with the right. Hits it forward. And it's going to roll out of bounds. Throw in for the Lady Eagles.
Argos having a tough time just settling down a little bit when they gain the ball in the midfield.
Face it, they're nervous. There's no other way to put it. The girls are nervous. They know that they're really good. And the biggest thing is they're nervous because they don't want to make a mistake. And when you get that uptight, you end up making a mistake. So it's counterproductive, but that's just how it is. They're not going to change that. And there's going to be a throw-in. And there's a good throw-in by Burkholder. And it looks like she's just going to let it coast out of bounds. And a goal kick for the Eagles. And there's another sub. And it looks like Dunlap's coming back in.
So do you leave CGA this deep just to respect their speed? Or,
well, it's not hurting us.
We do see that
she's not going to get the ball at this particular moment.
Right.
There's not a high school girl I know that could kick it from there to there. If she could, she'd be kicking for Notre Dame. So, yeah, they're just man marking McNabb.
They're just running somebody on constantly.
Yep.
Yeah.
We got Carlton, who's a very strong physical presence for the Dragons, just going to mark her, try to frustrate her, shut her down, and cause her to make mistakes. McNabb, great shielding play out of Hampton.
Nice job to work that
Yep.
ball out of there without committing the foul.
Here's a shot, and it's no good. Way wide. Well, as they say, every minute that goes on and is still tied just helps the Dragons relax and build confidence.
They've really kept them without a quality try.
Yeah, so far, I mean, you know, they kind of had a little issue where Monty slid out and got it before a shot was made. But other than that, yeah, you're right. It's not been the smoothest of games for either squad. Now, obviously, CGA has passed a little bit better so far. But when teams are anxious and it's a rivalry game, you see sometimes not the best sport played. Last night, the second half of Plymouth Argos was nothing but really two basic fast-paced games of kickball. I don't think a single team connected more than 3 passes at a time the entire second half. It was kicking it long and running, kick it long and running. And Plymouth had, 14 offsides due to that fact because they were,
oh my,
it was crazy. But
number 21.
Sometimes you got to make those line judges earn their money.
yeah, well, they were working pretty hard. Poor Ashley Bowden was working pretty hard yesterday there on that side. But like we said, Plymouth came through with the win, but it wasn't the prettiest of games. Now that's a beautiful ball. And here's a shot, and it's a goal by McNabb. That was a beautiful pass.
Beautiful pass,
Yep.
and she was smooth and relaxed. She knew what
Yeah.
to do with that ball when she caught it right there.
Yeah, some players are nervous and they want to hit it and this and that. She was totally composed and got it and just placed it in. And to Monty's credit, she got her hands on it, just was unable to knock it all the way out.
Heather McNabb assisted by number 11, Madeline McGee.
McGee.
Carlton had her to the top of the league, and she left her. Maybe they're not marking her.
I was just going to comment before that the Dragons defense has done a nice job with spacing.
Yeah.
And usually pretty indicative of high soccer IQ.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of smart girls back there, but it's tough to adjust to the speed of a forward like that.
Yeah, well, I mean, to be honest, I mean, most people wasn't thinking that a ball from this distance going across the pitch was going to be that perfect, and it sure was a testament to her pass, and it kind of caught him off guard. Hits it forward. Boffman loses it. Yeah, dropping it would have been a good option right there to Dunlap. Here comes McNabb. Goes forward. Hits it back to her. 7. And saved by Gonzalez. Sophia hits it, and Gonzalez saves it.
Shot on goal by number 7, Sophia Rodi.
Here comes Stone.
Right down.
Ooh.
A tricky
Good
play
shield.
there
Yeah.
for that keeper.
That makes it very hard and very difficult. Dunlap fights through, gets it over to Stone. Stone's not going to be able to get there, and she shields off and takes the ball. Cuts back and tries to hit it to Dunlap, and it gets blocked. Stiles has it. Stiles looks forward, and you can't have passes, especially a slow roller, go through almost a half of the second half or side of the pitch like that. That should have been intercepted by the Dragons. Monty knocks it out of bounds. Corner kick for CGA. Here comes freshman Trump.
Then for the Lady Eagles, number 16, Mallory McGee.
And the little
For the Lady
McGee.
Dragons, number 2, Hannah Trump.
MJ, as they call her, is in. She played for Argos a little bit, and then we did some private lessons for CGA. 2 of the McGee's. There's a good ball in, and it's off her face. She got to it, but it went off her chin. But I think she might have.
Not in a
I think
good
she
way.
might be bleeding, to be honest.
I'm not sure she saw that
No,
ball.
it got her right in the chin and in the face, and I don't know if she's. That's McGee, Mallory McGee, who just came in. Well, those are never the good ones, especially right off the face like that. Ball had some pace behind it.
It did
Definitely
have
had some height, and when it hit, it hit. And tell by the angle when it hit, she went backwards. And well, while we have a moment, we want to thank all of our sponsors, RTC4, for helping us do this again this year. We haven't been out for as many games as what we wanted to or would like to at the moment, but we're getting things rolling now. And we appreciate every opportunity to highlight the Argos teams. And I know that we'll be back into the mix a little bit more as time goes on.
It's a good time of the year to get rolling, though. The
Yeah, it
teams
is.
are crisping up a little bit.
Yep.
Get the, sort of the kinks worked out from the first couple games.
Yeah. So Burkholder's coming back to take the kick. And she's not feeling very well.
After the Lady Dragons, number 5, Gabby Allen.
So
Well, we hope to see her back on the field.
she's not coming back because it looks like the trainer over there is doing a pre-test for concussion.
Oh,
You can tell sitting there. So unfortunately for her, her day might be done. And the miss, and Dotto hits it forward. All right, for a couple of subs up for CGA.
going to have to get some midfield support. I don't think they can keep that up the entire game to battle solo up front like that.
No, and they're going to have to do Shep, and that's a good shield there. And puts it forward, and what a good ball. And she was off. Yeah, she was definitely out. She was long ahead at an angle, and he was standing straight in line with it.
That was a beautiful shield up there. It's a clinic for a lot of young players watching. I mean, that's the move you need to get past that defender to get your spacing sometimes. And
yeah, and that was a great pass in. It's just she was offsides, and that happens. Burkholder hits it up the line. And it's missed. Trumpy, the freshman, gets it, puts it forward, and it's blocked. And Stone has it, puts it forward, and nobody's there. But see right there, that goal by Dunlap just created that turn and a kick for no reason. Before they were really composed and passing it, she just turned and kicked it, even though no one was on it. And that was all due to that initial goal and that pressure from Dunlap.
yeah, a little bit of urgency with that CGA defense. They had a little bit of a pressure applied before when that keeper had to come out, and sort of 4 girls met there at the 18. Not sure where the ball was going.
Number 3, B. Johnston. The number 18,
All right, Dragons have Trumpy up front now. Vanderwill's back, and so is Kaylee Carlton. So now Trumpy's going to use their wheels, and they're going to pressure. Throw in, good. Rogers runs for it.
That was a big throw.
Yeah. Gets in there. Goes down deep, and side net Sally.
A little too deep.
Yep. All right. Let's see here.
It's a fine line between playing it up that wing and just getting way too deep to do anything and be dangerous.
When you're down to that point, you got to go back towards the middle, drop at 45, as they say, back towards the center, and hope your teammate's making a run. Stone breaks it up, and they end up receiving and passing at an angle. Ball moved up to wide. McNabb, 2-time, and it's broke up. And Stone's trying to sneak in from behind. Rogers can't settle the pass. Carlton. Rogers gets theirs and moves it. And cleared out. That's a good clearance. When you're in front of your goal that far and there's pressure, just get rid of it. Give your time for your defense to set back up. Vanderwill battles, puts it right out of bounds.
Argus fullbacks are playing very physical back there.
Oh,
they're a little undersized, but they're throwing it all out there.
Vanderwills and Dottle are pretty good sized, and so is Caleb Carlton. Just sometimes you can see the difference. And it's knowing when to use your body as much as what to do with it. Just like that with Laura Stone. Look at that. And unfortunately, it goes out of bounds, but Dragons get it.
And for the Lady Dragons, number 9, Sydney Shepard.
Edmonds. Edmonds got everybody on height. I guarantee you that right now. Not the weight, though. She's put on a little bit of meat to her bones, but she definitely has the height. And, yeah, out of bounds before she gets her touch.
Dragons had a nice run up there with actually some support and some passing lanes there.
Well, Hannah Trump is a quick little rascal, and I think she'll get a couple opportunities here that might help the Dragons.
Great job battling for that.
And that's a good ball. Shepard with the touch, way heavy. But Hampton reads that and moves forward to break off that pass. Good hit. Puts it forward to McNabb. McNabb goes around her. And gets it across.
Oh, man.
And it's just too far.
It's a nice ball if a girl was running onto it.
Yep.
She was already ahead of it.
And that's what the old saying, you got to time your run.
Yep.
So she ran too far forward. And that's a good ball. Good bounce. And the Stone goes around it, and she's going to beat her there. Defense, and the persistence of Stone pays through. And CGA is going to get it. Here comes Trump. Ooh, just about got there. Dottle hits it forward. Trump's going to the wide. And you can see Trump's got some speed.
Oh, yeah.
Freshmen are going to make them earn it.
That's a smart fullback. Just corralled her right out of bounds.
Yeah. And actually got the touch off of Trump, so she even earned the throw-in, too. Out on the Dragons, another CGA throw-in. 17 minutes left in the first half, 1-1.
That's an accomplishment to get the goal off this CGA defense. I think they're not going to have a lot of goals scored on them throughout the season.
Probably not, but I tell you what, the Dragons are hanging tough with them. And Peyton Betts battles it and earns. All right. Gave him a corner, I'm not real sure. I thought the battled good enough bets and then cost them, but here's a quick play. Dragons need to get out of the box.
They really weren't ready for that.
And that's a good ball in.
Oh, man.
And it's right back to Amani. It was coming in with a little too much pace, and Rogers couldn't get around on it to finish that off. And Vanderwill should just let that bounce out. Okay. All right.
You can say that our keeper got a little lucky on that one.
Well, yeah.
Kind of popped right to her.
That's okay.
That's all right.
Sometimes it's better to be lucky than good.
That's what they say.
And it's going to be a Dragon throw-in. She has a sub. And looks like Burkholder.
And for the Lady Dragons, number 12, McKenna Burkholder.
See, I didn't even have to look at the numbers.
Man, eagle eyes.
It's like anything
adjust your
else.
bifocals.
Yeah, that's about the only thing that's good more. My knees are about shot. My lungs are killing me. But my eyes are still good. Allen backs up. Good throw in. Chip forward. And Amani should have been out on that one, but luckily Shepard gets there, and they're going to call a foul on CGA.
This has been a fast-paced game. Still have 15 minutes left in the first half here, and we've seen a lot of back and forth and up and down. And
we're going to see some heavy feet and some bad touches second half, because as the kids get tired, the first thing they start to lose is the quality, and then they start losing the focus, and then they make poor decisions. But that's just typically players in any sport. Throw in. Wow, I was going to say that was like way back.
Is that throw on the line or not?
There you go.
Yeah, they got 2 there, 7 in. Oh, no, the one's already in the game. The Argos.
Parker Boffman's coming in for the Dragons.
seen a little more substituting from Argos than CGA. Trying to keep fresh legs out there.
Yep. The only downfall is sometimes they don't have enough time to gel together. But when you got to keep them fresh, you got to keep them fresh. What a move by Shepard, and there's a hit, and nobody's in there. That was a nice little cutback and then a cross, and Trumpy was on her way in, but was unable to get there in time. Now there's 2 Dragons for the substitutes, Boffman and Zom. Out comes Vanderweel and Trump. Good work out of both of them.
Then for the ladies Eagles, number 6, Alyssa Rodriguez. Then for the Lady Dragons, number 3, Parker Boffman. And number 6, Allison Zom.
That was a late substitution out of the CGA. Cleared out. You see the pressure. Now there's not 1 touch, 2 touch. It's all about just clearing it out for CGA.
Great effort there.
Boffman looks, cuts back. Handball not called again.
Cleared.
There it is. And you hear Coach Stone, they got an advantage off of it, which they did. But it was a handball again.
Bad spot to lose the ball right there.
Yep. Just contain her. She's going around too easily. And Rogers luckily heads it out of bounds. I got to agree with Coach Stone. They got an obvious advantage with that ball coming off her arm. And her arm wasn't next to her body, so when it's out and it's not in a natural position, that's a handball. And that's twice now. And that's where that counterattack started. So,
yep.
That's why he's yelling they got an advantage from it, which they did. Carlton with the big hit. Ball forward. Dowdle. Somebody needs to let her know that McNabb's on her, but she should be expecting those players like that on her. Stone has 3 in front by herself, and they hit it away. That's a good tackle from the defender for CGA.
Very solid.
Yep, and Stone was working hard. Yeah, they're getting. Both teams are putting forth tons of effort, and you can see it. They're starting to hands on the hips. Well, you can see what's number 12, Burkholder, hands on her hips already. That's just a sign. Ooh, and there's a foul, and that's a good position for the Dragons.
That's another thing you start seeing with a little bit of fatigue, a little more fouling.
Yeah, oh yeah, late challenges, sloppy challenges, and that's where it comes. That's why I said the heavy touches for second half, you're going to see quite a bit. Chip it. And there's a great ball in, and unfortunately CGA hits it out. Stone's going to get there, fakes, and she turns it in, hits it with the right, and the goalkeeper's going to snag that again. That's another nice hit by Stone. Goalkeeper throws it out.
Very sure-handed goalkeeper. She's fielded 4 clean.
Yep. Now the Dragons, McNabb is actually out at the moment, so the Dragons need to take advantage of that. Looks like Styles is coming back in for CGA and Dunlap for the Dragons.
Like you were saying earlier with McNabb, it's important to have a girl just sort of assigned to her, because once she gets a ball, she's almost impossible for these girls to contain.
Yep.
Denying the ball is pretty critical.
Yeah, if she can't get it, then she's not a threat.
Yeah.
So Rogers puts it through, and number 4 is offsides.
Offsides?
Obviously, the player who went for the ball would be considered off because the other ones, it doesn't matter if they're standing. So, and that's out of bounds on the Dragons. Throw in for CGA. Rogers misses it. Dunlap hits it forward. Boffman's going to make a run on it. She keeps it in and lets the CGA take it out. Throw in for the Dragons. And here's a sub, and Trump's coming in. Shepard's going out. That's a good sub, Shepard.
And for the Lady Dragons, number 2, Hannah Trump.
You can see that the Lady Dragons are slightly more defensive-minded, though.
Yeah, they definitely came in.
I mean, that's what the formation they wanted to be.
They came in with
crisp.
a defensive strategy.
Yeah.
It's a good strategy.
And right now, it's working pretty well so far.
You have to optimize your chances because they're not going to be many.
Burkholder puts it across, and here comes Zom running up. Played wide. And then Stone's going to make havoc and going to keep it in and cuts it back. Runs into a defender. She gets up. CGA has it. Styles looks, puts it forward. And it's broke up by Betts.
That's a great step.
Yeah, Betts stepped right there and knocked it out. Styles looks. Styles is quality number 9. She plays for Argos FC also. Resident of Plymouth. She's a good player. Carlton hits it forward. Throws it in, and there's handball called by the AR.
There we go.
Well, you betcha. He's doing his job. Good call. The center, so far, the center hasn't called one, and there's been a couple, so the AR is letting him know, hey, that's a handball, and I'm calling it for you. Burkholder.
See if the girls can settle this down.
Yep.
It's a tough clearance when it's bouncing high like that.
Yep. Ball's forward. Betts.
Tricky one.
Shields it. Dottle. Cuts back, and it hits it, and Amani saves it.
Nice job by the fullbacks there. Ball initially.
I wonder if there's a way we could set the camera. You see how dark it is?
Yeah,
I'm getting the messages.
No.
We'll look at that. Well, if you want to go talk to him, maybe there's a setting on that.
Yep.
I don't
Got
know.
a bit of a low cloud cover, and
Yeah, it's really
the
causing
lights
havoc.
haven't kicked in yet. So
Well, that's true too. I don't know. Maybe you can send Steve a message and ask him as well. Trumpy breaks it up. 2 hands on her back and still maintain possession. CGA hits it forward. Betts battles for it. Peyton Betts gets out and around Rogers, and that's great from Betts. And just hits it out smartly, and now they can reset the defense.
And for the Eagles, number 12, Kylie Daner, and number 14, Margot McBride. And for the Lady Dragons, number 21, Madison Barkus.
Shout out to my wife for letting me know that the picture's dark. I didn't really notice it because I haven't looked at the screen. It's bright here while we're in action. Throw in, raised her foot. She sure did. Very good. ARs, most of the time you don't really sometimes notice those little things because you're expecting them to throw it in right, but he noticed that she just got her toes off the ground. Sub in. Here comes Gabby Allen.
And for the Lady Dragons, number 5, Gabby Allen.
5:38 left in the half. Coach Stone probably pretty happy with how they're playing. Want them to settle down just a bit more. Boffman, Allen, ball's loose, kicks it across. Stiles has it, kicks it back. Shifts on by CGA. Over, broke up. Zom with the tough defense. Off the back of the Lady Dragons. Dunlap hits it forward. Carl Miller up top, I think. Number 21. No, that would be Barkus. Cut across, broke up. Good defense. And that's a great play, and it's a goal!
Oh,
just over her head by Stiles. Stiles with a one-touch hit, and it's a great shot, and it's just over Amani's head.
I thought we had a penalty kick coming there.
No, that was a clean play. It was a 50-50 ball, and they both just ran to each other, and Betts was definitely a little stronger. And that's a good hit.
Good hit for a linebacker.
Wow.
Call that decleated. That's
Yeah.
what
Well, Betts decleated the player, but the ball went to Stiles, who had the one-touch banger up in the top 90, and
there was
Amani just couldn't get to it.
there was some speed on that ball.
Yep. And that comes with experience. Amani's, this is her first year actually trying and doing it goalkeeper, and she's only been part-time with Samantha Poisel and her. Manikowski, not very tall in her own right, but she, with her vast experience, really understood a timing of jump to block a ball like that over. So that was a good hit. I don't know if she would have got to that one. That was a smash. What's the call there? Okay.
Argos foul.
Been one foul for each team, I think, is all it is. Betts with a good hit forward.
It's important for Argus to hold them going into the half here.
Yep. McNabb's in. You can't give her that line to make it go around that easy. Hit, and Amani blocks it, and corner kick.
Shot by number 8, Heather McNabb. CGA corner.
Ball's in. Misses. And Amani gets it again. And I tell you what, Rogers is having a hard time with the balls in. That's 3 in a row that she's not been able to make a clean finish off of, and they've been pretty good balls in and pretty open at the time.
A great pass.
Yeah. Stiles hits it square, goes across field, switches it, spreads them out. Here comes Trump, hits it up forward. Betts fakes. Coming into her own as a defender. Peyton Betts has been fantastic. Even though they're down 2, she has been fantastic tonight.
Important for a midfielder to really come and help your defender out on a pass like that.
Yep.
It's a real high-pressure situation, and a steal there is pretty devastating.
Dotto's limping a little bit. Coach Stone's pulled her out. Doesn't want her injured. Ball forward by Hampton. Throw in for the Lady Eagles. Hampton.
2 minutes.
It's going to be a corner kick. Nope. Missed her. Looked like it went off Hampton, but it went past her. Well, typically by this time at 7:30, it's still bright and sunny and warm as the world. I'll take this outcast or overcast and cool temperature any day.
Yeah, it sure is a lot better for the players out on the field, especially if you're wearing black out there.
Yeah. Trumpy making a run on
Nice
it.
ball
She's
up
got
ahead.
the wheels. Look at her.
Looking for
Pulls
some
it.
support.
Hits it across the middle, and unfortunately Stiles is there. Hampton gets it. Nutmegs her. Allen has it. Puts it back.
Nice drop. That's the first time I've seen him use a drop pass this game.
Burkholder loses it, though. Now she battles it back and gets it. Hits it forward, and it's blocked off of the Lady Eagles. That was a good drop from Allen, and Burkholder didn't get a chance to get it up and away. I like to cross that early and often, as they say. Catch that defensive line off guard, especially that goalkeeper. Stone battles through. Barkas gets it to her, and it's cleared out. Trump. Great work out of Trump. Takes a touch. Puts it over to Barkas. Barkas looks, and it's broke up. Back out over to Trump. Settles it, and nutmegs her, and unfortunately the second defender gets to it. Betts has time. Puts it out wide.
Nice safe play with 25 seconds to go.
It only makes sense. There's a sub coming in. Time's going to go off the clock. Gives the defense time to set back and reorganize. Puts it to McNabb.
9, 8.
She's going to try one from distance.
6, 5, 4, 3.
And she does.
2.
And Amani with
my
the save.
gosh. She's dangerous at 50 feet.
Yeah.
You would have missed that. You would have came up with that. Come on.
I would have had it in my sleep. All right, there it is, the end of the first half. Dragons trailed 2-1. It's an exciting first half, lots of action, not bad work at all. So Coach Stone's going to go out and speak to the center official just for a second and ask him a couple questions. But we're going to take a quick break and go down and see if there might be something we can do with the camera. I'm not real sure if there is a setting, but
I see the lights are coming on in the field
Lights are
now.
coming
That's
on.
going to help us out.
so, all right, sounds good. Here we go.
5 saves. CGA had 7 shots on goal.
Okay, and we're back. And Peyton's working on the camera. We moved locations to try to help with the picture, and for some reason, it's a little gloomy. You can see the lights well, but you can't see the field. So we'll have to address that situation probably by next game. Because it is very hard to see the players, and it's hard to see the action. I'm not real sure. Did you contact Stevie Stricker?
Yeah,
What did he say?
Said turn the field lights on.
Well, that didn't do it. That had nothing to do with it. All right, we're back at it. Shepard keeps it in. CGA has it, puts it in the middle.
Both teams coming out a little bit fresher.
Yeah.
It was a much needed halftime break.
Yeah, out of everybody was. Throw in. Not that you could see it. I think we may have to postpone or go ahead and cancel coverage here because they're not going to be able to see anything.
There we go.
Oh, I see.
That's what you're getting. That picture.
Yeah, that's what we're getting off of this for some reason. I'm going to go over here and mess with the camera with Peyton, and you go ahead and start talking.
Okay. Back and forth in the midfield here to start the second half. Expect to see the second half get a lot more physical. These teams they've felt each other out now, and they're definitely going to need to throw some shoulders around and get some 50-50 balls. Argos, nice ball over the top. Keeper comes away easily with it.
Other than that, I really couldn't do anything.
I was looking for brightness.
They don't have the quarterback.
Nice ball play to the middle. Dangerous ball.
Yeah. They got this younger kid, I think it's a senior. Yeah, they're fairly decent, I think. Yeah.
Well, this is was this a new camera?
Yeah, I think it is. Looks pretty new to me.
What's the
I mean-
scoreboard camera look like? It looks pretty good, doesn't it?
Scoreboard camera's all
Scoreboard
clear.
camera's bright as the world.
You know,
Maybe we ought to switch them real quick.
So, the camera, maybe there's got to be some kind of low light setting or something.
I can't because there's no HDMI cord on there.
Okay.
There's no audio. Start focused.
And we're going to end up having an amazing comeback and win this game and not have it.
That's what it takes. I'll take it.
Yeah, that's fine by me too. Are you streaming? Can you see anything? Not
It's
really?
pretty dark.
Okay. Well, we apologize. We got some issues, technical difficulties. Vanderbilt has it, puts it across the field. CGA has it. Styles goes wide. And that's a good ball. Luckily,
Nobody there for that pass.
yeah. I was waiting for.
A whistle blow on that.
Well, and the one that she kicked out and it hit our player, I was just waiting for the poor guy to call a handball or something,
Yeah.
and then watch Coach Joe just
Go nuclear.
ballistic. You're the one that told me to call it, so I called it. That's a great tackle by Dunlap. Here she goes.
Yes, at some point. He's the guy. We'll have to wait till break in the action.
Probably should have had that information at halftime there, Mom. Way to go, Ma.
Yeah, right?
Styles. and
Hard
it's broke
tackle
away
in
by.
midfield.
There you go. Dunlap has two, and she goes around her.
Working solo again.
And it's a corner kick, and that's a good work out of Dunlap. Good shielding play out of the defender, but Dunlap's persistent. Got us the corner.
Then for CGA, number 11, Madeline McGee. Then for the Lady Dragons, number 3.
That's an important play to get a corner on, too, because we had a really tough time transitioning enough players up to the offensive side.
Now, if it's me, Edmonds, why is she sitting the tallest girl on the field?
We've seen it by both teams tonight.
Out to take the corner. Dunlap tells Edmonds go take it. I'm having Trump. 5'3" take the kick, and I'm leaving my 6'1", 6'2" girl in the middle. I'm sorry.
Go get your head on it.
Ay, ay, ay. And that's a good ball.
It is a good
it's
ball.
Touched out by the CGA.
Put it back in.
Hampton
That's
with a
a
hit.
nice-
And it's in!
Oh, my
Hampton surprised more than anyone. Holy cow. Oh, one-touch shot. That's just fantastic. Boy.
What a tight window
She's
over the top of
got her hands. I wish you guys could see this at home. I wish you could see this at home. She had her hands over her mouth and couldn't believe she just scored that. Oh, that poor keeper was like, okay, come here. Oh, no, I can't get it. I really wish you guys at home could have saw that.
She thought it was coming right down to her.
Yeah, it just floated and curled right past her. Oh, my word.
In a way, their shot, second goal was kind of
Yeah.
a little bit better.
Wow. And the Dragons have got a new bit of confidence, and that's just fantastic. And Hampton misses that one. So Edmonds needs to cover McNabb. Yeah, I've done that a few times. Here's a shot, and Amani grabs it with ease.
No way to plug that in and use the scoreboard cam.
All right. Wow.
Shot on goal by number 19, Sam Hazen.
Stone and Styles battle. Bounces over. And Betts heads it out. Shot. And it's way over. Wow. I tell you, it's too bad. They could tell by how the shot was with our enthusiasm.
That was
on that.
an incredible goal. It's a very tight window over that keeper and under that crossbar.
Oh, wow.
Taylor Dowdle.
And you love to see a defender come up and strike that ball right there.
Lauren Hampton, what a goal. Her first. Face on her, hands on her face, and ultimate shock with the goal, but it was fantastic. And now look at McNabb all the way in the back, trying to get the ball to bring it forward. Good ball forward, and she's offsides, bigger than life. For all you at home who couldn't see it, Parker was a good 6-7 feet offsides. Yeah, it was a great ball through everyone. Unfortunately, caught a little bit behind the line. So Rogers goes around, hits it forward, and Trumpy breaks it up. And an unfortunate bounce in front of the goal, and Amani scoops it up. It's not on goal, but picks it up and maintains. Hits it wide. Edmonds keeps it in play. Stiles gets the ball back. Rogers tries to put it forward, and Carlton puts it back wide.